Muhammad, salawat. Please, for our deceased, to give to Fatiha. Let's send them the blessings of 2 Qurans. On behalf of all of our marhum, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Every praise belongs to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the most beneficent, most merciful. Master of the day of judgment, I serve only you. I beseech your help in everything that I do. Keep me on the straight path, the path that is true, the path of those who have gained favors by you, not the path of those who have earned your wrath, nor those who deviated from your guided path. Surah Ikhlas, in the name of Allah, the blessing giver, the sin forgiver. Say, Allah is one. Except for Allah, we need no one. He has no parents, no daughter, no son. Allah is the rarest one. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul hu Allahu ahad. Allahu samad. Lam yulid wa lam yulad. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, most merciful. Say, Allah is the singular numeral. There's nothing but Allah we need in this world. He begets not, nor begotten is He. Allah is the only OG. May Allah send blessings on Muhammad's family. May He quickly return my living Imam to me. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa jafarajum. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa jafarajum. I promise you guys there are lovers of the Ahlul Bayt in this room. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Ma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. It sounds like we're ready for Hadith Qissa. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat.
شهدای کربلا بار دیگر صلوات.
Wow.
Hadith Qissa, the story of the cloak. This is the story of an amazing night in the house of the Lady of Light, Bibi Fatima. It all started when she was visited by her father, the Prophet of Allah. He came into the house, and to her he said salam. Welcome salam, his daughter said. Then the Prophet told her how he felt. I feel a weakness in my body, he said to her. She said, Allah is the only healer. He asked her to bring the Yemeni cloak and cover him with it, and so that's what she did. Inside the Yemeni, her father's face looked beautiful like the shiny moon. Allah send blessings on Muhammad in his house too, and unite me with my Imam soon. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajhu farjahum. Her son, Imam Hassan, then entered the room. He said salam to his mom and said he smelled a fragrance so sweet it can only be his grandpa, the Prophet of Islam. Bibi Fatima said, your grandfather's under the cloak. So the little boy Hassan ran to his grandfather and spoke, peace be on you, my grandfather. May I join you under the comforter? And Prophet Muhammad said, peace be on you too. Permission to enter I give you. The Imam Hassan entered the cloak too. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajhu farjahum. The next person to enter the house on that day was a little boy named Hussein. Peace be on you, mother, he would say. And on you too be peace, his mother replied. She said he was the apple of her eyes. The little boy smelled something he would recognize. Your grandfather and brother are sitting under the covers, Bibi Fatima would reply. Imam Hussein said salam to the Prophet of Islam and asked if under the covers he could be the third one. Welcome salam, his grandfather said to him, and invited Hussein to enter the cloak with them. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wajhu farjahum. The next person to enter that house could only be no other than Abu Talib's son, Ali. To Bibi Fatima, his wife, he said salam, peace be on you, daughter of the Prophet of Allah. She said to him, on you too be peace, O father of Hassan, Amir al-Mu'mineen. Fatima, I smell something so sweet it can only be none other than the Prophet of God, my brother. Fatima said, yes, he is the one underneath the cloak with your two sons. Hazrat Ali approached the Blessed Three and he said, Prophet of God, on you be peace. May I enter the cloak with you three? And Prophet Muhammad said, peace on you too, brother, my successor. Inside the cloak you may enter. Hazrat Ali entered the Yemeni with the other three men in his family. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Jufar. When finally Fatima, the Queen of Heaven, stepped forward and asked to enter the cloak with them, she said salam to her father. Welcome salam, her father replied. She entered the cloak and completed the 5. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa Jufar. When the 5 of them were under the cloak, Prophet Muhammad held the two ends of it and spoke, O Allah, these are the people of my home. They support me and are loyal. Their flesh is my flesh, blood is my blood. I love who they love. Their enemies are mine too. If you are at war with them, you are at war with me too. Please bless them and make them perfect and pure. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa Jufar. Then Bibi Fatima heard Allah's voice in the heavens. He gathered all the angels and he said to them, I hung the sky and created the moon. I make the planets rotate too, even the sailing ships and the raising tides. I created only for this 5. And then Fatima heard when the Archangel Jibreel spoke. He asked Allah who was under the cloak, and Bibi Fatima heard Allah say, this was the house of Fatima, her father, her husband, and her 2 sons, Hassan and Hussein. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa Jufar. Hazrat Jibreel asked he who will always be alive if he can fly down from heaven and join the 5. Allah said yes, he had spoken. Hazrat Jibreel flew down and waited outside the cloak and greeted the Prophet of Islam. He said salam and told the Prophet, Allah sends his blessings on you. He said, I am allowed to join you under the cloak too. Allah's highest angel from heaven entered the cloak and became the 6th one of them. The angel said to Allah's Habib that Allah sent his revelations on you, and now he wants to purify thee. Blessings on you in this perfect home. Allah declares you perfect and pure. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa Jufar. Bibi Fatima said her husband Ali asked her father the Prophet why Allah created such a beautiful moment. And the Prophet said, whenever people who love us remember this event, Allah sends angels to circle them and pray for them until the last person has left. Then Hazrat Ali said, we and our lovers are winners. Prophet Muhammad said, Allah will forgive us and no one will be left a sinner. No one will be sick or upset. Anything we pray for, we will get. We are success from now to Akhira wa Rabbul Kaaba. Salawat.
امام زمانه علیه السلام بلندتر صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وجل فرجهم.
One more loud salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وجل فرجهم.
Please, one more loud salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وجل فرجهم.
Allah knows. He's the all-seer. He sees you when you cry. He sees you when you try. Even if you don't succeed, good intention is all you need for him to accept your deeds. Allah is one. He stands alone. He stands by you when you're all alone. No one else understands how you feel, how much you hurt inside. The nights that you stayed up and quietly cried, no one else so nobody else would hear. Year after year, he's heard you with no ears when you're fighting back tears, scared and alone, with no one to fear except he who is the most near. He is always there. You can't hide from him. Yeah, he saw what you did, and he'll forgive your sin. No one else saw you. People are in awe of you. But what if they really knew who you really are? The darkness, the scars, they watch you from afar. They have no idea that you lied. Yeah. that you were jealous of them for no reason, that you were a fake committing treason. What if they knew your sins? He knows. He saw what you chose. He knows how far this act of piety goes. Do you know the blessings that he still bestows? He helped you subtly. He didn't impose. He repelled atrocities like thorns on a rose. He created them too. And he created you, the master of the day of resurrection, inventor of every invention. But he pays attention to you. Every difficult situation he's guided you through. Everything you've needed to survive, he's provided for you. Every great accomplishment, he's decided for you. Your detestable acts, he'll hide it for you. He doesn't need you to thank him. It doesn't matter where you rank him. He's the highest. He'll never deny us. All we have to do is ask. Please keep us on the right path. And while I'm on it, let your blessing shower me. Let your love empower me. Because cause my fate to be something great until I'm standing at heaven's gate. Allow me to be in the presence of my Imam soon. Don't make me wait. Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Jazakallah. You know, every year I come to the masjid all year long. More so lately because I do this Thursday Dua Kamal program. Before that I would come here and there. Ramzan, Waladats. You know. But Muharram always showed me something different. It showed me the heart of the community. Can't hide it anymore when Muharram comes. Can't, right? Shabir Bhai, he's, when I see him, I told you this, I think about ziyarat. Right? He's the reciter of ziyarat. You know who was before you, Shabir Bhai? It was Shabir Fadai's father. Right? He was maybe 100 when he died. He was very old, and every time he was present, he would recite ziyarat. Nobody else in the room, he would recite ziyarat. He couldn't even speak and stand, and he would recite ziyarat. And I would hear this old man recite ziyarat. And one day, he was no longer with us. And there was a new voice of Southern California ziyarat, and he's sitting right here. My dear Uncle Shabir. And I hear him, wa alaikum salam. Then I hear him reciting ziyarat. And then you come to the masjid, and no matter what masjid you go to, the characters are the same. There's the dua reciters who are always there. When you need somebody to recite Hadith Kissa, they're always there. Always ready to go on time. Ready to go on time in wuzu, just waiting. They're going to be there to recite Hadith Kissa for you. There's the camera people who are always going to be there to set up the camera. Always the same, different person, different looks, same camera person, right? The Marcia reciters and the Marcia listeners. They're different than the Noha reciters and the Noha listeners, right? The people who sit down and listen to the Marcia, who love that poetry, are different than the people who love the Matam poetry. And then there's obviously the esteemed scholar who comes here, and if you've been listening to our scholar, I asked him yesterday, I said, I'm having trouble understanding something. Are you giving a lecture or are you reciting poetry? Because the way he describes Hazrat Ali alayhi salam, and the way he describes the events of Karbala, and the way he describes the Quran, Ya Allah, please give me the ability to speak like this man does about the things that you love. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then there's the Nara Hedriers, and there's the Sawaters, and then there's the children who try. And then there's the people outside who are always sweeping. Always sweeping. How much is there to sweep? How much is there to put up? How many cups are there to load? Why are you always working so hard? But they're always working, aren't they? Wherever you go, there's always that guy running across, stressed out, and there's always a guy smiling, putting the cups out. Everywhere. And then there's the people in the parking lot, the youngsters. I don't want to snitch on them and say what they're doing. I see what you do. And then there's the elder ones who the youngsters learned it from, and who tell them to go inside, and they're still there, and the youngsters are still there, and the chai is still not full, and it's still being filled, and it's still half full, and the parking lot's still immaculate, still being swept, and the mud, and everything every year is exactly where it's supposed to be, isn't it? No matter what happens. No matter what happens during the year to take us away from Hussein, and no matter what happens during the year to tell us lies about what's going on, and no matter what masjid is there or not there, who insulted or this or that or yada, 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 everyone is still there doing the same thing every year because we all have our job. Everyone has their job. Everyone has our place. Everyone has their destiny. What's your destiny? Did you pay attention this year? Did you? I learned some very important things this year. I'm going to tell you a couple of them. I can't tell you all of them because I have to give my speech too. I can give somebody else a speech. One thing I learned is I would stand here and get angry because of mic. And I get mad and I get irritated and what's wrong with the mic? And Ali would come and this and that. And Nadeem would come and he would fix it every time. Nadeem would come and fix it. Nadeem Bhai, sorry. Nadeem uncle. My dear uncle, right? I should show him respect. He would come and he'd fix it and it would work. And I'd be like, how did he do that? How did he do that? And then I saw him fix it for the Maulana the other day. And you wrap it around the back here and it'll stay and this and that. And I paid attention. And now, speaking comfortably to you guys, all I had to do was pay attention. That's it. You know what I learned? I heard the story about when Hazrat Ali alayhi salam was a kid and there was a knock on the door. Somebody asked him a bunch of questions. He says, where's Jibreel? And Hazrat Ali searched the world and said, either I'm Jibreel and you're Jibreel, I'm Ali, you must be Jibreel. Then I heard the same story again. On his deathbed, Hazrat Jibreel is coming in asking him, where's Jibreel? Hazrat Ali searched the world, boom, you're Jibreel. Then the Maulana told the story again about another time. I'm like, why do I keep hearing the same story? Different time, different place, different time, different place. You know, angels are made out of light. They could become anything except pigs and dogs. They could come in the likeness of anything. Anything. This could be an angel right here, right? This could be an angel right here. This could be an angel right here. That bird could be an angel. This little, you see this little flick of dust? That could be an angel. We don't know. Hazrat Ali was the type of person that even Allah's highest angels wanted to come play games with him. And they would play hide and go seek since he was a little kid. And it would pop up as a speck of dust or as a moment or as something, and it would say, where's Jibreel? And Hazrat Ali would always look and find him, and he would say, you're Jibreel, and I'm Ali. And this is how the Imams are. They're pleasant. They're smart. They're funnier than me. I'm pretty hilarious and they're funnier than me. They're knowledgeable. Not just knowledgeable about the Quran, they'll tell you things that you want to know about. They'll tell you things you want to know about. Maybe if I went to Hazrat Ali alayhi salam, he'd fix my jump shot. It's pretty good as it is, but I bet he could make it better. You see what I'm saying? This is the benefit of the Imam. It's not just to teach us about Islam. Everyone doesn't care. Everyone doesn't care. Let's be real. Some people care more, some people care less, some people don't care at all. Some people think they care. But when a child wants to recite a dua, all of a sudden the mic don't work. You see, this happens. It happens, right? Am I wrong? But everybody has their place. And our job is to pay attention. Now, why should you pay attention during the 10 days of Muharram? Why should you pay attention? Right? This guy didn't pay attention. And this guy didn't pay attention. This guy didn't pay attention because they all saw Prophet Muhammad revere Hassan and Hussein. All of their mothers knew Bibi Fatima. All of their mothers did. Hazrat Hur said, my mother wouldn't take your mother's name without doing wudu. He was the same age as this dude right here. You don't think his mom knew Bibi Fatima? They didn't pay attention. They either didn't care or they didn't pay attention. Right? I don't know why I couldn't figure out the mic. Did I not care? Did I not pay attention? Either way, at some point in time, I was watching Nadim Uncle, and I saw what he did with the mic, and I paid attention, and now my problem is solved, isn't it? Right? Imagine that. I cared and I paid attention, and my problem is solved. You see, 1,000 people here, I can't tell you one of their names. I noticed yesterday, I've been talking about this lady and this child, but there's a bunch of women down here too. And we know their names are Farwa and Kulthum and Rabab and Layla and Zainab and Sakina. Why? Because we paid attention and so did they. They paid attention and now we pay attention. And we sit here and one other thing I learned. Very important lesson. Discussing these days of Muharram with somebody. This person says to me, for the first time I realized why I cry. I stood here the first day, I said, why are we crying? You're going to feel sorry for her. She should be crying for you, right? They got Jannat. I'm right here. Why am I crying for somebody who got Jannat? Simple, right? Because Bibi Fatima told us to. But it goes beyond that. See, we're not crying because of what happened to them. We're crying because we weren't there to stand with them. We're crying because what they did is going to get them somewhere that we want to go, that we dream of. Because, yeah, we'll make it to Jannat. And, yeah, we'll make it to the highest level of Jannat. Did you know that there's a place called Maqam al-Mujtaba that Prophet Muhammad and his close companions are going to be? Now what if you're on the 7th level of heaven and you can't get over there? That always scared me. And I never, you know what? I don't want to think that far ahead. Getting into heaven is good enough. And eventually, in my mind, that was not good enough. And eventually the 7th level of heaven wasn't good enough, and I would sit there and I would wonder, and I look at my sins. Look at my sins, not at the good deeds, but I look at my sins, and I'm like, man, I'm never going to get there. Yeah, Allah, you will forgive me. But if somebody didn't sin, imagine what that does for their character, for their soul. And imagine what sinning, little by little by little, will do to deprive me of where I want to get to. And I try to stop. I don't stop. Even when I was a little kid, and these uncles who I respect and who look at me with love would grab me by my ear and drag me in, I probably did less sin then than they do now when they pat me on my back and say, oh, Kamel, I love you. And I remember when they didn't love me and they would tell my father, why is your son such a misbehaved kid? And with the sins I would do then and the sins I do now, and I think about it, and I realize, you know what? Maybe I don't need to go there, but I really, 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 really want to. Really, really want to. Like really bad. You know, it's interesting in Hadith Kissa. Bibi Fatima tells us what's going on in the heavens, right? She says, Allah gathers all the angels, and the angels gather around. She says that, right? And what does Hazrat Jibreel, the highest angel, what does he say? What's going on down there? She's looking in the heavens, clearly describing what's going on. And Hazrat Jibreel is looking down at earth and saying, what's going on down there? Right? It's a different sight, a different vision given to Bibi Fatima Zahra. You know, Hazrat Ibrahim, he had this vision, right? Ali Jawad came and showed me a picture. He's like, you know that planet with the gas rings around it? I'm like, yeah, it's Saturn. And I'm thinking he's going to tell me some poem or something about Allah or something. And he's like, I made a basketball, but the rings are like Saturn. And I was like, that's cool. It was a good picture, right? You know, Hazrat Ibrahim, he was on earth, and he looked up, and he saw a celestial light surrounded with rings. And he saw this light. He said, what is that bright light that's above your throne? Allah, I am your friend, my friend Allah. What is that light right by your throne? He said, oh, this thing? This is the light of my love. This is the light of Muhammad. So what? And then he says there's another light next to it. What's that light? He said, that's the light of Ali. He said, there's a brighter light. Allahumma salli, apologize. Muhammad wajil farajum. And he says there's a brighter light next to both of them. What is that? The light of Fatima. Paying attention, right? So what? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Muhammad wajil farajum. There are two lights next to it. Tell me, everybody, what were those lights? MashaAllah. So what? And he was so happy and felt so loving towards these lights. Do anything for these lights. I love them. You love them, Allah? I love them, Allah. And then he says, around these lights are 9 other lights. It's 9 dots, 9 points around. What are those 9 points? Who wants to take a guess? The rest of the Imams, right? What's 9 plus 5? 14 Masumeen. Are the lights that lighting up Jannat above the throne of Allah. And Hazrat Ibrahim looks back up in the sky, through the heavens, not in the sky as we know it, right? I look up, I see smog. Hazrat Ibrahim looks up and he sees what's above the throne of Allah. And he sees these lights above the throne of Allah. And he sees a ring around the throne, around these lights, like the ring that my son drew around this basketball Saturn planet. It was a very nice picture. And he says, what's this ring around these lights? And you know what that ring is? The Shia of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. Right? And Hazrat Ibrahim asked Allah, make me among the Shia of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. Are you the Shia of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam? What if I told you Hazrat Ibrahim, who's given the title friend of Allah, who's given the pleasure of all of his kin being from his family? What if I told you that he wants to be in your club? But why your club? Why does he want to be in your club? How do you know that it's your club and he's not talking to you? Maybe these are Shia of Ali and we're not. Right? Listen, I'm making a very important point here. Right? I say it jokingly, not really. But I want you to think about what I'm saying. We cry because we couldn't be in Karbala. At the end of the day, right? I'm going to shoot an arrow at Hazrat Ali Asghar. Not if I'm there. Right? Janab Qasim's going to fall from his horse. Not if I'm there. Hazrat Ali Akbar is going to fight, go out on the battlefield alone, not if I'm there. In fact, Hazrat Abbas wouldn't have to go get water if I was there. Because I've spent my whole life getting water for Shabir Bhai, Mufazzal Bhai, getting water for Muhammad Bhai, getting water for Nadeem Bhai. I'll go get water for you, Hazrat Abbas. I wasn't there. And they're the lucky ones. But you know, somebody asked Hazrat Ali one time. He said, who are the luckiest Muslims of all time? Thinking they would say you, because you get to look at me. Because you saw the face of Fatima. Because you saw the light of my grandfather Muhammad. Because you fought with me in Badr and Ghadir. You were there in Ghadir. Thinking he would say you. But he didn't say that they were the most luckiest Muslims. Not just humans, the luckiest Muslims of all time. And he didn't say these ladies who walked from Karbala to Kufa to Damascus. They're not the luckiest Muslims of all time. They're not. They're not. Sorry to tell you guys this, because all our lives we sat here thinking, how lucky are they? And if only I was there. If only I was there. If only I would have and I could have and I should have and this and that and yada yada and one day yada yada. We are the luckiest Muslims of all time. Hazrat Ali has said this. And Imam Jafar as-Sadiq said, if I was alive and the Qaim was alive, he would be my Imam. And he's our Imam. And Imam Jafar as-Sadiq was pretty cool. It's pretty great. But if our Imam was alive when he was alive, our Imam would be his Imam. And our Imam is our Imam. And we are the ones who are waiting for the Imam for 1,000 years. And we are the ones who Allah has been separated from us, and our moms are separated from us. And year after year, we're still here. And the parking lot ones are still in the parking lot. And the Noha ones are still doing the Nohas. And the Marcia ones still doing the Marcia. And the Majlis ones are still doing the Marcia. And it's happening year after year after year after year after year, no matter what. And that's why we should pay attention to what they did, so we could earn our distinction as the greatest Muslims of all time. And we should see how they stood up against this guy and this guy and this guy. You don't think they were making fun of him? You know, this guy was Muslim too, right? In fact, Zubair ibn Kain said this. He went and he talked to all these people. He said, you and me are the same. We all have the same prophet. But as soon as you raise arms against my Imam, you're not one of me and I'm not one of you. And we have these people in the masjid. Masjid bullying, it's a real thing. Go to the masjid for Hussein and you leave with somebody taking niyaz from your child, telling you that you can't stand here, telling you that you can't do this, or you know, when somebody else is allowed to park here but you can't. Passing out their flyers to their majlis, and they look at you and smile and go and give it to somebody else, right? When there's alums coming around and there's a kid who wants to hold an alum, and nobody cares. When there's a kid who wants to read a Noha, but he's not a professional, so we wait till tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. And when there's somebody who spends their entire life serving the community, but everybody wants to look at them and tell them that your ibadah isn't good enough for whatever reason, right? Masjid bullying, it's a real thing. Masjid bullying happened in Karbala. This guy was Muslim, and this guy prayed, and this guy prayed. And you know how they dealt with it? You know how Imam Hussein dealt with it? He smiled at each and every one of these people. They might not have received a sword blow from Qasim, or they might not have received an arrow, or they might not have received a rock thrown at them, or they might not have received a sword or a spear. But you know what all of them got? A smile from Imam Hussein. You know what all of them got? Patience from Imam Hussein. You know what all of them got? Du'as from Imam Hussein. All of them. All of them. This guy in the back trying to tie his shoe. Imam Hussein smiled at him too. People would run up when Imam Hussein was on the floor bleeding, try to hit him in the face, and he would smile at them. Right? Yeah, masjid bullying, it's a real thing. Happens in your local masjid too. But be patient, because you're the luckiest Muslims of all time. And when Imam Zamana comes, he's not going to go find the person that's been sitting there doing karate, watching Cobra Kai. I know how to do karate. I'm ready. Right? He's going to go find the person who's been crying for the Imam and who's been waiting in the back and preparing every day poetry, practicing their dua, trying to help with the alums, trying to help with the tea. Man, I even tried to hang out with the people in the parking lot, and they're like, yo, go inside. We're good out here. And I tried to load the tea, and the chai wala had the tea loaded. And everywhere you go, everyone has their thing. And some people are not going to fit in anywhere. And other people are going to notice that you don't fit in anywhere. And they're going to point out that you don't fit in anywhere. And they're going to laugh at you because you don't fit in anywhere. But I'm going to smile because when the imam comes, I'm going to be right where I belong. Because I pay attention. You don't believe me? Look at this mic stand not moving anymore. All I had to do was pay attention, and it's right where it needs to be. Right? That's all I had to do. Not get mad at Ali. Every week I get mad at Ali. Why doesn't this mic stand live? I ask you that every Thursday, don't I? Right? The other day I came in here hot and it's moving. And what's wrong with this mic? Right? Next couple days I decided to hold it. And today, look at that, Komel. All you had to do was pay attention. That's all you had to do. I learned a lot during this Muharram. I tried not to, right? The first day I learned about Khaybar, right? I've learned about Khaybar before, but the first day here I learned about Khaybar, this Muharram. I wasn't supposed to. I was in the car. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I do and I just don't want to tell you, but I was there and it was happening. And for some reason, I ended up in the masjid. And I heard the best story of Khaybar I had ever heard. I wasn't supposed to be. I tried, really tried not to be there. And I tried not to be there when he talked about Surah Namal. And I tried not to be there when he talked about Hazrat Ali Akbar. But Allah had a different plan. And because I was there at all these times, when I really tried to be somewhere else, I know how to use the mic. And I know a little bit more about what I need to do to get our mom to come here. And so maybe I'll do a better job this year. And I might not be there when he's here. I'm going to be. I have this line that I drop. It says, I might have delusions of grandeur. I stand here and I tell you, I am the companion of the Imam. And maybe it disgusts some people. And they're like, how would you have the audacity to say that? Maybe I have delusions of grandeur, and that's why I say that. And maybe I'm a crazy man, and you should feel sorry for me for being crazy. But you don't need to feel sorry for me, because I say that because I pray to Allah to make that happen, and my intention is pure. And if my intention is greater than my delusion, then what difference does it make? Right? What time is on? I'm not cutting into Azan time, am I? Okay. And it's never easy. You think it's hard on you to do your job? All I want to do is tell people how great the Imam is, and they're not letting me, right? All I want to do, that's it. And they're not letting me. You know how hard it was for the Imam? All I want to do is smile at you and save you from impending hell because you're right here and then Abbas is going to kill you soon and you're going to go to hell right away, and I'm trying to save you and you're not letting me. You know how hard that was to do? You know how hard that was to do? When I'm in the sand and I have over 100 blade cuts on my front because I'm not running, so I have nothing on my back. And I've been hit by blades and spears and arrows. You know how hard it is for me to smile at you? Because I saw you throw a rock at my little boy. But I'm going to smile at you because I am your Imam. Not only am I going to smile at you, I'm going to tell you, come greet your Imam. Because that's who I am, not me, right? So Imam Hussein saying, while he's on the floor bleeding, I'm your Imam. You know who my mother was? You know how hard that must have been for him? After Hazrat Abbas never came back and he had to tell Sakina that, you know what? You're not going to get that water. She didn't care. She didn't even want to talk about water again after Hazrat Abbas didn't come back. And after Hazrat Ali Akbar didn't come back, I realized yesterday why he had to take the spear. I always wondered that. And yesterday in a moment of clarity, it broke my heart. Well, we're not talking about him today. It broke my heart. And Imam Hussein heads back to the tent. And he sees his son hasn't moved all day. And then his son wakes up after having not moved all day. And he grabs a sword and tries to prop himself up with it. Yeah, it was Imam Zainul Abidin. And he looks around and there's no Akbar. And there's no Abbas. There's no Qasim, no Ona Muhammad, no Habib ibn Mazahir. There's nobody around. And Imam Zainul Abidin is like, okay, let me go. And Bibi Zainab stops him. Imam Hussein stops him and they're talking to him. You can't go, Muhammad must live on. You're too sick. 50, 30 reasons talking why he can't do this. And then another one of Imam Hussein's sons moves. That surprised everyone because Hazrat Ali Asghar was so weak, he couldn't even cry anymore. His mother's chest had no more milk in it. Imam Hussein's tongue was like thorns, right? There was no water anywhere, no food anywhere. Nothing to give this baby. Not even love, because we're all watching what's going on out here. And now we're worried about Imam Zainul Abidin and this baby who hasn't been moving, hasn't been crying, barely breathing, is now sitting up in his crib, holding the ends of his crib. And Imam Hussein looked at the baby and he realized, you know what? I'm sorry, Allah. I just told you, Ya Allah, I give you my son who I love so much that Ibrahim didn't give. I give you my son who wanted to be carried back to the tent. What? You just heard me tell Abbas my back was broken and you want me to carry you to the tent? I can only do that, Akbar, if you put two hands on my neck. And Akbar said to him, pull the spear out. And just like Hazrat Ibrahim was going to do, cut his son's neck with his own hand. Not this guy and this guy and this guy kill him and you watch. With his own hand he was going to cut him. What did Imam Hussein have to do? He had to cut Hazrat Ali Akbar with his own hand without a blindfold. And he told Allah this, my beautiful son, I gave him to you. And then he looks and he sees his beautiful son Asghar. And he realized, I'm sorry, Allah, I just told you I gave you everything. He's still here. You see, when you think you did enough, who do you think you're giving to that you think you gave enough? And so Imam Hussein took Hazrat Ali Asghar. They say it looked like he was carrying a Quran when he carried him out to the middle of the battlefield. And everyone's watching because they just saw him. You know, after I heard the Ghame Hazrat Ali Akbar yesterday, people probably thought I was crazy. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't see. I can only imagine. Couldn't see. And Imam Hussein is walking back and he uncovers the baby. One last chance I'm going to give them. One last chance I'm going to give them. You have a problem with me? I'm the son of Ali. I'm the son of Fatima. I've done nothing but guide you and you have a problem with me? What has this little baby done for you? Listen, guys, you could kill me, but give this baby water and everything will be fine. Everything will be all right. I forgave Hur. Ashab al-Hussein. I'll forgive you too. And I will intercede on your behalf to Allah, and I'll say that these men gave my son Asghar water. So here's your chance. You in the back, you said you didn't want to be here. Give my son some water. And you brought your cousin with you, and he didn't want to be here. Come here, give my son some water. And you. You guys might not like me, what my father did, but this baby is so tiny And he's so adorable, and he's so cute, and he's so weak. And then it was Hazrat Ali Asgar's time. He opens his mouth and he shows them his tongue. And you guys are crying? You guys are crying? They were all crying. And I hear a little bit of tears. The nights are coming to an end. I hear a little bit of tears for this little baby. You know what's about to happen. I don't need to tell you. You know what's going to happen. And there's a little bit of tears going on. The army was bawling. These men with armor and swords and muscles. They're crying and they're weeping because of what they did to the body of Qasim, because of what they did to Akbar, because of what they did to Abbas, because they could still hear the kids, because they could hear the women, but they can't hear the baby crying because he doesn't have any energy to. But they see him stick his tongue out, and Umar bin Saad looks at Hurmala, may Allah send curses on him. When Mukhtar caught him, they threw his body, they cut his arms and legs off and threw his body into fire, and that's still not enough. May Allah send curses on him. Because he was brought to Karbala to hunt the family of Hussein. They said that, hunt the family of Fatima, you're a hunter. Set traps for them and hunt them. And Umar bin Saad looked at Hurmala and said to him, if you don't kill this baby now, we lost the war. If you don't do something and silence this baby and silence his father right now, we're going to lose everything. And Hurmala took out his bow and his arrow, and not just any arrow. He took out an arrow with 3 points on it. 3 points on it. Why? Because of its velocity and its strength. They use it to cut the neck of a camel. You only get one shot. You miss the camel, he's going to run away. Get one shot at the camel's neck, and this arrow is going to cut his neck. And he took this arrow, and he got his sight, and he shot the arrow, and the arrow shot through the tongue of Hazrat Ali Asgar and cut his head off. Cut his neck off. And Hazrat Ali Asgar, who could barely move, started to flap his hands like a bird, because that's what happens when you cut a chicken's head off, right? The body gets so shocked that it starts flapping his hand, and he flapped his hands like the wings on a bird. There's the blood. You know, Hazrat Ali told him, Muljim, you're going to make my beard red with blood from here. And on this day, Imam Hussein's beard right here became red with the blood of his son, Hazrat Ali Asgar alayhi salam. And Imam Hussein, who couldn't see when Hazrat Ali Akbar, he couldn't walk with Hazrat Ali Asgar. The tiniest, the smallest mayat he carried that day was so heavy, he had to go forward and backwards. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Ridan biqada'i tasliman li amri. 7 times back and forth. And we're going to do this tomorrow morning. And remember, the baby Ali Asgar and Imam Hussein couldn't bear. How am I going to show Rabab this? Yes, she can mourn the body of her child, but how am I going to show her this baby has no head? So he buried the baby. And the next morning, when they're counting the martyr of Karbala, they counted 71 bodies. And they said there's one missing, Ali ibn al-Hussein. And Shimr took his sword and started putting it into the ground of Karbala, poking it and stabbing the ground of Karbala as if that was his enemy, stabbing it over and over, walking back and forth with his sword, the ground of Karbala, like the ground of Karbala was his enemy. And he had a soft spot, and he pulled it out, and the entire body of Hazrat Ali Asgar was hanging at the end of the sword. And he added that to the body of the martyr. And they trampled that body too. And yes, we weren't there. We're never going to be able to go back in time and be there. But we're here now. And Imam Zainul Abidin didn't get revenge, and Imam Muhammad Bakr didn't get revenge, and Imam Jafar Sadiq didn't get revenge, and Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam didn't get revenge. Revenge is for Imam Muhammad Mehdi Sahib Zaman alayhi salam. Zulfiqar is for Imam Muhammad Mehdi Sahib Zaman alayhi salam. And we are for Imam Muhammad Mehdi Sahib Zaman alayhi salam. So when you cry, not because they were martyred, but because you weren't there to give them water, because you weren't there to stop the arrow, because you weren't there to help Hussein. You're here now to help Mehdi. So let's learn from Karbala how we could help Imam Muhammad Mehdi Sahib Zaman alayhi salam. And when the call comes, instead of being this guy right here and his cousin and his neighbor, we're going to be the people that proudly raise our arms and say, Labbaika Ya Mehdi, Labbaika Ya Mehdi, Bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad Sawat.